Oh, we are gathered here before the dice once again for another insane series of videos. Let's begin. So a few months ago, my friends, we had a set numbers that we had rolled out for those that you have watched to continue to watch the video series. And we did one about a month, 2 months ago. So we have here, let's just show pretty much everything without having to flip the pages. This is one of almost every starting class. The only exception is like 1 or 2 from 3.0, 3.5. We have the basic 12 classes, which we can go ahead and skip over here. In fact, let's go ahead and meet some of these people. Now, none of them have names or anything right now. And as we said, sorcerer, wizard, yeah, it's out of order. But then we go into the expanded classes for psionics, soul knife, wilder, lurk, divine mind, Erdrite, which is another form of like the basic class, which is like the Scion, which I may have skipped over here. Scion, Psychic Warrior, like we had here a few more pages over. So then we descend into some of the non-classes that are non-psionic. This is a cleric alternative called Shaman, the Scout, which was from Complete Adventurer, the War Mage, an Archivist, a Factotum, Favored Soul from Divine, or Complete Divine 3.5, a Hexblade from Complete Warrior. This is one of the classes from, or this is one of the races rather, from the Spelljammer setting, which 3.5 accommodated some rules for. Ninja, Samurai, Sweden, or I'm not fully familiar how to pronounce it. Shoei, I believe it's pronounced, which is like a barbarian monk. Swashbuckler, Warlock, Wujin, Artificer. So all of these have races, and a good lot of them have gold and equipment assigned to them, which means that we will be doing, thanks to quarantine and just a few other situations, one of 2 adventures. Basically, we'll sit here and play it Dungeons and Dragons style, as me as the DM, 1 to 4 characters, and we'll choose which adventure. So I'll play both roles, take care of everything, the dice rolls, the players. It's all me. It's all me, baby. And I'll set the camera down low so you guys can be able to see some of the dice rolls. I'll make decisions both as player and as DM, but please understand that, you know, like, I'm not looking to fucking make, like, a good adventure. I'm just gonna run the adventure as it's written. I mean, I'll add in, you know, a little detail, a little flavor. I've kind of taken a look through them. I have it set there and fully familiarized myself with it. But the other half of it is that, you know, this is just me trying to get ahead of a few things and just, you know, make some content, keep myself entertained. You know, this whole entire thing with drawing up these characters, assigning equipment to them, you know, it's kind of just to show off how 3.5 kind of differs maybe in some systems, or maybe how my Dungeon Master styling was a little different, or maybe it's just a story. Maybe you just want a story. You know, it's a little bit of everything for some people. It might be nothing for nobody. But you know what? At least it's out there. People can watch it. You can listen. You know, get to show off some different races that perhaps are not in 5th edition, since that's the big N. You know, maybe be able to kind of detail some of the weirdness of what 3.5 allowed people to do without setting out to intentionally be, you know, that person. And maybe that's why 5th edition and some recent articles people have complained about there being a lack of this kind of stuff. You know, where it's spinning the gold down to what's on you. You know, in this case, this is a bard. You know, they have 21 gold pieces left, 5 silver pieces. They have full equipment. You know, they just don't... Or, I'm sorry, this is a psychic warrior, that I made. So, I mean, some of these... You know, I thought I had turned back to the first page here, but, I mean... Some characters, like the Drow Bard... You know, this character is going to be a little bit more powerful than everything, and I've been tinkering around with a few other ideas. You know, full weapons layout. You know, look at this. You know, when I was originally making him, you know, he's going to have daylight adaptation. But yet, this comes from the Sandstorm book for 3.5. You know, blam, piece of equipment that takes the place of, you know, a feat. You know, as it sees, like, he wears an entertainer's outfit. You know, they all have gender assigned to him as well. I mean, you know, there's a Darfellin Barbarian. This is another strange race from 3.5. Stormwreck. So, I mean, a lot of different options, a lot of different races. Same thing, you know, Adventurer's Guard, equipment. You know, yeah, some of these characters are not fully decked out, as well as others due to money, or just due to looking through the huge list of books that make up what goes into essentially building yourself a character in 3.0, 3.5 can be. You know, I mean, some of it, the equipment and stuff, is a callback to other things. Like, here we go. I made a paladin. This is a paladin of Arthur, who is like a sun god. His god is lawful evil. You know, so he's got like an executioner's mace, a chain shirt, you know, a drow scorpion chain, because he lives in the desert, so he's met some of the scorpion worshipping drow that live there. You know, he's got a backpack, a water skin, and a desert outfit. And he's got no money, because everything was expended, you know, all into equipment. You know, other characters, let's take a look here. Like this ranger, he's a Goliath. He's got mammoth leather, crossbow, which is heavy. You know, let's see here. 30 bolts, a buckler, explorer's outfit, backpack, bedroll, 10 candles, 2 sun rods, hammers, 10 pitons to be able to hammer into walls and be able to climb. Hemp rope, 50 feet. You know, let's see here. We've got the rogue. Let's see, he's got cotton pants, cotton shirt, leather gloves, thieves' tool, backpack, marbles, 10-foot collapsible pole. Let's see, low boots. You know, and he's got his weapons layout. You know, even the wizard, same thing. The wizard has like 42 gold left in this one. You know, and soon we'll have names for them. Now, so a good lot of these are male, unfortunately, because, you know, I kind of feel weird about gender bending, but there are female characters in here. There will be, like this female Hadazi, Wilder. The Kinku I haven't chose a gender for. Let's see. So, I mean, I'm like this Dromite female. Or Dromites don't really have a gender because they're drones, I believe. So, either way. But, let's see here. I swear I have female characters in here. This female factotum. I might change that Reptorian to a female. I have a female Whisper No Ninja. Let's see, the Samurai. You know what? I think I will make that a female. Or rather, I might keep it as a male. I'm not sure. Some of this I can change around, but these characters will basically be used in-game. You know, oh, here we go. I made some of the more exotic classes female. That's what it was. So, yeah. So, we'll roll through it. I might add some monstrous humanoid NPCs that I have, because I have a few of them laying around here in stacks. In fact, you know, I have 2 on the same piece of paper. You know, this is a bladeling. You know, I forgot what his challenge rating is. I'm sure I have it written on here someplace. You know, then on the other side, I have a Grimlock. So, I mean, I have a lot of different options I can be throwing at these little adventures, you know, and just running them the way they are. You know, depending on how I feel the videos go, we might go even further and go into, like, other adventures. You know, I even have a dungeon that I have written up here, but I don't, this is something that, like, it's a chance dungeon, which a lot of it's left up to dice rolls, so I don't, you know, I might test it out on myself, use a few of these characters, so, like, there's a few options of stuff, just depending on, like, how time is for me. So, with that being said, I'll leave you guys off.